The vacuum of space was cold and silent, but for the Galactic Council's fleet it was a stage of chaos. Across the obsidian canvas of the void, millions of lights blinked, ships of countless civilizations, each one carrying the weight of their species, the weight of their pride. Among them, the Valoran allies of Earth floated defenseless, their shields failing under the relentless barrage of the Drakari Imperium. No warning had come, no diplomatic tension could have prepared them. The Drakari struck with precision and brutality, their warships carving through the Valoran lines as though slicing through soft clay. Explosions blossomed like deadly fireworks, sending fragments of entire civilizations tumbling into the void. The Valoran commanders issued desperate calls for assistance, but even the Galactic Council hesitated. Political caution often outweighed morality in the cosmic halls of power, and intervention was slow, tepid, and ineffective. On Earth, the first transmission reached the United Nations Orbital Command Station. Screens flickered with images of Allied ships engulfed in plasma fire. The faces of Earth's commanders were grim, their eyes reflecting the horror and outrage that no diplomatic protocol could contain. Admiral Liara Voss, a veteran of humanity's deep space engagements, clenched her fists. "They slaughtered them without mercy," she said, her voice steady but burning with restrained fury. "The Council stands idle while our allies die. Prepare the fleet," humanity answers. Humanity's ships were nothing like the Drakari's vast, sleek war machines. They were smaller, more agile, built for adaptability rather than intimidation. Yet within these vessels lay the ingenuity of millennia: advanced AI coordination systems, adaptive energy shields, and weapons capable of striking with surgical precision across interstellar distances. Humanity had learned to survive in a galaxy that assumed they were weak, insignificant, a backwater species best left alone. Now their fury would prove them catastrophically wrong. Within hours, the first human fleet jump points flared to life. 1,000 ships, from compact fighters to massive war cruisers, tore through subspace in formation. Where the Drakari expected chaos, they found precision. Human pilots maneuvered with a synchrony that suggested thought itself was shared among them, each vessel anticipating the other's actions in a deadly ballet. The Drakari Imperium's flagship, a monstrous dreadnought named Jarek's Wrath, roared as its energy cannons fired indiscriminately into space. But humans were already within range. Their first salvo struck with uncanny accuracy, tearing open the dreadnought's dorsal armor. The ship shuddered violently. Automated systems attempted to compensate, but the human weapons were adaptive, learning. Predicting Admiral Voss monitored the engagement from the bridge of the Sovereign Ascendant, Earth's command flagship. Her crew moved with unflinching precision. Every action was a calculated step in a larger strategy, to make the Drakari pay for every Valoran life extinguished. "Target the command ships," Voss ordered. "Let them feel the cost of their hubris." A volley of human torpedoes streaked through space, each carrying a payload of antimatter and smart warheads. Drakari shields flared in futile defiance, overloading as explosions ripped through hulls. One by one, Drakari officers screamed orders that no one could obey fast enough. The humans were not merely attacking, they were dismantling, unweaving the threads of the Imperium's confidence and leaving only fear. On the bridge of Jarek's Wrath, Admiral Korak, the Drakari warlord overseeing the massacre of the Valoran fleet, could scarcely comprehend the speed and efficiency of the human assault. His species had ruled this quadrant for centuries, believing themselves unmatched, untouchable. And now humanity, mere newcomers in the cosmic ledger, was tearing through his fleet like a storm through dry grass. They fight like predators," one officer stammered, clutching the console as alarm shrieked. "They anticipate us." "Adapt, evolve." Korak's claws tightened on the control panel, rage mixed with fear, a sensation foreign to Drakari warlords who had only ever known dominance. "Destroy them," he hissed. "Crush the humans before they spread further." But humanity did not merely respond, they anticipated. Using predictive modeling refined from centuries of studying warfare on Earth, humans moved in patterns that seemed impossible. Ships split and merged, vanishing into the darkness and reappearing where the Drakari least expected. Entire squadrons were neutralized before firing a single shot. The Imperium's numerical advantage dissolved under the relentless, intelligent precision of human strategy. As the battle raged, the heavens themselves seemed to ignite with the fury of Earth's fleet. The void shimmered with the light of collapsing ships as Drakari vessels burned like molten stars. Humanity's retaliatory strikes spared no mercy, for each destroyed ship was a tribute to the valor and lives lost, to the friends who had been slaughtered without warning. And then, in the decisive moment, Admiral Voss ordered the final maneuver. The Sovereign Ascendant and its accompanying dreadnoughts accelerated into the heart of the Drakari formation, bypassing conventional engagement zones, their weapon systems calibrated for maximum devastation. Plasma beams carved arcs through enemy lines. Missile swarms obliterated the Imperium's reinforcements before they could react. The flagship Jarek's Wrath erupted in a cathedral of fire, its destruction sending shockwaves that reverberated across the battlefield. Korak's empire, once a monolith of fear, fractured in the face of human resolve. When the fires finally dimmed, silence fell. The remnants of the Drakari fleet scattered into the void, nursing wounds they would scarcely recover from. The Valoran survivors stared in awe as the human fleet held position, vigilant, unwavering, their presence a promise. Earth would not tolerate injustice. Not now, not ever. Back on Earth, Admiral Voss allowed herself a rare moment of quiet. The screens reflected the devastation and triumph alike. Humanity had answered the call not with negotiation, but with the unyielding force of their own ingenuity and courage. Across the galaxy, species whispered of the humans who arrived not merely as allies but as an unstoppable reckoning. The stars themselves seemed to pulse with the memory of that day, the day Earth's fury lit up the cosmos, proving that even in the face of overwhelming power, humanity's spirit could not be extinguished. And somewhere in the distant corners of the galaxy, the surviving Drakari would remember and fear the lesson carved in fire and steel. Never underestimate humans.